Hello, good evening, good day. Welcome to a tiny Toonkind at 12 FPS Cult special. This is what is going on inside your head. My name is Liz, and I am going to be playing a tiny cultist. It's been 2 years, but it's still a weird thing to say. Rowanda Scribs. She is here, and she is as unreasonable as ever. And today I am joined with.
Hi, I'm TraditionalPreference, also known as Trad, and I will also be playing a tiny cultist, which is the hubris of my decisions. And their name is Squeak, and they yeah, yeah.
You don't, you don't make me cry already. God damn it! We are we are once again saying, if you do not know the Larry cult, I
Stick around, pack around, and find out.
sometimes you just gotta listen to stuff and see what's happening. There is probably ways to find it in the description that we may or may not link, but it's a thing. Don't worry. Anyway, as most of these Larry Cult special games start off, we start off in a pop room, low to the ground, behind some boxes. And behind some boxes is a bird, blue monster head, four eyes, covered in sheets, kind of spooky looking. It's kind of detailed, but there is life behind those eyes. As we fade and scene change, and we see this inside of the head is filled with trash, junk, some still up pencils, some heaps here and there. And there's a very specific heap that has a little friend, little guy, little pal, lying on it.
Yeah,
Uh,
that heap also probably includes a a slightly obstinate friend. But the little friend is on definitely wrapped like around the waist and in the lap of the slightly more obstinate friend.
the slightly more obstinate friend is not asleep. It's more kind of just staring up at the ceiling as she goes, okay, okay. And she's gonna try and do a stealth or a sleight of hand to get out of this very tight, not tight, but very secure
Very
grip,
noodly hold.
very noodly holds.
Very sleepy, very noodly hold. It's very cozy.
She is wondering if she can work her magic. That's the
Uh, I mean, that's average. I think I think you're able to just do this. I think by now you're kind of skilled enough in Squeak unwrangling. Um it just it doesn't take you particularly long. It doesn't take you it isn't particularly quick either. Not It's neither graceful nor clumsy. It just kind of is.
this is not her best work.
Eh.
Uh, I see you typing. What you typing?
That was just me accidentally typing. Squeak
Okay.
is very
Uh,
asleep.
very asleep. And she banks on this. She's kind of restless. Her feelings about being in holds and hugs kind of waxes and wanes, and now it's kind of teetering on the side of, I'm good. So she does her best to sort of sneak off and roll her makeshift carpet away and climb down her makeshift ladder into the basement.
The
We don't
makeshift
really
basement?
the it was already yeah, it's a makeshift basement. It's not a basement traditionally, but it's her basement. Um the camera doesn't really follow her down, but there is a sort of shift in lighting, I guess, to just a way to convey that time has passed, because you hear a uh and you see somebody climb up the ladder, kind of frazzled, a bit not tunishly charred, like head to toe, like explosion, but there's just a slight color change. Something's sticking to her. She's
Mm-hmm.
kind of frazzled, and she adjusts her goggles and goes, "Oh, okay, okay. I'm just gonna air that out. I'm just gonna air that out." Oh, she digs her head into her hands as she walks over to the heat pile and just goes.
Um, at the delightful Foley work, the the smaller friend, but I mean, smaller relatively speaking, it's Squeak. Squeak, kind of stretches and shakes their head, and looks around, and they're gonna roll investigation because Rwanda was here, like just a minute ago, like literally just now. Rwanda was just here, but now Rwanda's not here, and that's actually pretty good, Squeak.
That's
Uh,
decent.
um, uh, I think what it is that like Squeak starts to look, but as they're turning around, like Rwanda just like plops on like a pile, like the pile adjacent. Squeak's like, oh, um, hello.
Like she kind of waves her hand and it's like, "Oh, scoop," and just turns over. And says, "Oh, sorry about that. Didn't mean to wake you up. It's nothing to worry about." And with that, like 15 like investigation, you do smell like it's not smoke, but something is being like emitted. It's very sweet. It's very sweet. Um, but there's something rising from the floor. Uh, and Rwanda's on the other side, so don't know how she got there, but she's there.
um,
Uh,
are are you baking something?
I think she does actually like grin at that, like, no, not exactly. Um, uh, I'm just doing some magic, like twinkling of fingers, magic stuff. It's kind of have to leave it for a bit.
Squeak is like patting over to where Ro is, and like gently pokes at like one of the singe marks, like, I think you got some on you.
Oh, okay. Uh, no, yeah. Uh, grabs like one of the rags on the pile and just uses it to wipe stuff off. If it's there, might as well.
Mm-hmm.
No, uh, do I still have that thing? And she is going to hammer smash. Oh yeah, that works. So she pulls out like just like a big pocket watch, but like she uses the back of it since it's the sort of reflective surfaces as like a mirror,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just like checking her face, wiping off some schmuck, um, doing wonderful like shakes of the hand that does like cool smear marks and whatever.
As so,
Uh,
like I feel like we're getting a shot of like over of like of the mirror of the mirrored surface as she's doing this, and like at the corner of the frame, Squeak's head just kind of like it gets a little distorted because it's around the edge, but then it comes in. um, and Squeak's head is now also in frame, just sort of blinking down.
She's still doing the sort of like head tilting, checking herself in action, and then she just like stops and then like turns to look at Squeak.
Squeak turns to look at her.
No, I didn't know what I expected. I'm just, just gestures, mirror, cleaning.
Oh no. Should I know Squeak fails the blanket test, but
Two of them. Two. Ooh, wait,
no,
I
forgot the T. Yeah. Okay, Squeak is rolling well. It's like, that's me, and you.
No, yeah. The slightly grits her teeth like, I don't know if I can do the teacher thing of just like teaching people what reflective surfaces are. No, yeah, it is. Just needed it for a bit. And then she'll like close it and then sort of like not stuff it behind her, but stuff it into the pile.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that counts as a gateway back into the hammer space.
Absolutely.
And then she thinks on that, and then like tilts her head and looks at Squeak, and she goes, "Squeak, have you been here as long as Bobbin?"
Maybe.
Okay.
Well, but Bobbin was here when I started knowing I was here, so that's it. That's all they got.
Yeah, that's all they got.
That's all they got.
It's a fair amount. Like she was about to be like, okay, well, this is all they wrote, and then that kind of final part like made her tilt her head. And she will say, "Do you know what you are now? Because I have some guesses, but I shouldn't do that."
I'm Squeak.
That you are.
Okay.
Though I mean,
I don't think I want to be anything else. I don't look like that. And Squeak is actually getting a little distracted by like the smoke along the floor. And they're kind of like starting to like get up and like follow, like trail it along it a little bit and just like see how it does. They're still talking, but they're also like doing something else as well.
I mean, just like visuals for Squeak is very wispy. Like it's not heavy smoke. It's not like cartoonish. Oh God, something's burning.
Yeah, it's like dry ice smoke,
yeah,
like fairy smoke.
Very light, again, very sweet. Also, same sort of feeling, uh, whatever that would be, a tingle or itch that sort of magic
Mm-hmm.
can give you. How one interacts with magic.
Mm-hmm. I think
Um, yeah.
Squeak kind of like sticks their face in it, and then they do like a little sneeze, like a little
Oh,
like almost kitten sneeze.
just sneeze and a little bit of, as you sort of impact it, I guess, like something that could be seen as how one would depict magic, as
Mm-hmm.
sparkles will sort of like move and appear and then disappear.
Yes.
And yeah, should be fine. May have to explain myself. Um, no, yeah, self confidence helps with knowing who you are. I just, no, it's like I'm a borrower. Abby's a borrower. Lester's a bug. I don't know what Nova is. Bug. Squinting. It's just obsession of putting thing in boxes, I guess.
But boxes?
Mm,
But
like
boxes are nice.
that is also true. Just pointing. I'm. I mean, small boxes are fine, and she's like doing like the like little box, big box kind of like fucking
Yeah.
hand gesture. Well, I know the boxes that you mean. Yeah, they ain't good. Um, I mean, Howard lives on a big box though, so they're not all bad, right?
Some boxes are bad. Yeah, some boxes are good. And I think at this point, Squeak has wandered back around. And if they've not plopped their head in Rowanda's lap, they're gonna be doing it in a second.
Incoming head resting.
Mm-hmm.
I would love it if this like in this situation that she's kind of like distracted,
Yeah.
kind of like
As
talking and then surprise.
Squeak just kind of rests their head in her lap. Yeah.
Just because I had it's almost like it does like a weird double take, but she's like, you're not, yeah, I'm not, yeah, sure. This is what she gets for waking Squeak up anyway. It's fair. And she kind of like taps her head and thinks, and she's like, "Do you know if you've been here as long as Peck?" And I don't. It's just a very subtle thing, and I don't know if I don't know. It's just the difference is the difference between saying Peck and Peck. There's a difference, and I trying to turn in my head if Rwanda would speak the same way.
Mm-hmm.
Don't think she would, but it's
Mm-hmm.
just something I like to chew on.
Yeah. I think Squeak has picked up on that just because they're really tied into like how Peck says things.
Hmm.
Um, uh, um, how is it? Um, I don't know. I know, uh, Peck's been around as long as, I've known, I've been around.
Mm.
They were, uh, they're good.
Uh, it, It's such a subtle nod, but she does nod.
Mm-hmm. Do you want to roll insight?
I shall. Du- 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 darling,
Yeah.
darling.
Yeah. That's yeah, they're good.
Very good. Hmm. Yeah, and it's like the visual equivalence of like her like like rolling a ball back and forward in her head as she like tilts back and forward
Mm-hmm.
because she's like, oh god, this beloved noodle.
What why do you ask?
I'm I'm just still trying to get some bearings, just think on some stuff.
Um but bearings?
Yeah, like you know how Peck has maps of this place?
Mm-hmm.
I'm also trying to just get a good understanding of things. Uh, Peck is trying to understand places and objects and space. I am trying to understand time.
Um um like you've thoroughly confused Squeak.
Oh,
That's a
use
4.
Ro uses her wisdom brain cell once, and everybody gets thrown under the bus.
Um, if you Peck's better to talk about maps with. I always hold them wrong. I think that's what Peck says. Upside down, and Squeak like rolls over in, in Rhonda's lap, which doesn't look very different, but like the motion is there.
The teardrops are still that they rotate, and that's really it.
Yeah.
You don't have to go do roly polies in my lap. Okay. Trying to think of another way if she should proceed with this line of thought or not.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
I would say allegories with Squeak don't tend to work really well. I don't know if Rwanda might have sussed this out yet.
I
Because Squeak won't be able to draw. It's like you're trying to make a connection between these two things. You're not talking about them literally. Squeak's just gonna go. Okay, so we're talking about maps now, right? And there's a clock. There's a time in there somewhere. That's a those are clocks. If you want to understand time, you look at a clock. I think. I don't really get them.
oh my god. She. Mm, there was some stuff like trying to just go at this again.
Mm-hmm.
There was some stuff that I have learned about what happened in the past. Cut to children just like talking at her about events. we it's been mentioned. I don't know in these games, but she gets some of her sources from children. That's a questionable source, but hey,
It's what she's got.
she's what she's got. um, and I am trying to learn more so I can at least be more comfortable.
Um, learn what?
Mhm. Now, which direction do you want to go? I just like she has a lot of hesitations
Mm-hmm.
and pauses because I have like a list of things of like where she doesn't want to go because she doesn't want this noodle crying on her. So I have a bunch of stuff like not mentioning this, not mentioning that. So it's just like a weird, just like, all right, which how do I thread this?
Mm-hmm.
Um, about how long people have been settled here, I guess.
Mm. Are you asking me?
And yes, but you said you don't remember, right?
Um, n- um, um, you want to roll insight?
Yeah. I noodle. I noodle.
Noodle. Bless.
It's not it.
Rowanda.
You're just not working with me, Dice Foster. That's a 7 for recording. Man.
You need to start. The previous insight was a 6. This is. She's got a +4 modifier. Everyone, uh, this is all that she's getting right now. Um. Uh. Yeah. So I think Squeak says. I remember. Um. Some sort of.
I mean, I could take any information right now, honestly. I mean, I, I it's a weird time right now, and I can't work on the thing I was working on before. Gestures at the smoke. So,
Squeak's like gaze follows her gesture and like away like to the thing, not like to where it's going, but like just the hand.
mm-hmm. I'm willing to listen to what you remember.
Uh, um. Okay. I um. I don't remember a lot of things. I don't think not like Beatrice or Bobbin or Captain or or Peck, but um I can try if you want help.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Just like a little hesitance in the word like help, but
Mm.
nope. Yeah, let's roll with this. God, just naming adults.
Yeah.
just naming adults and just like, oh.
Squeak's just like literally. I consider literally everyone to be more qualified at this than me. But go on.
Oh God.
How long, um, people have been here? You asked about that?
Yeah, yeah.
Um, well, ever, most people were, already here, when, I realized I was here. Um, so, um, at least since, then.
Hmm. Let me see. Um, it's no time frame.
No,
I like
there's
that. Like
no
she can
time
make.
frame.
She's making guesses. But it's just like there's. Listen, time is hard.
Mm-hmm.
So just.
Yeah.
Whew.
I'm not sure Squeak fully grasps years right now.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I think what they will say is that, at the, the kids were, a lot smaller. Um, and, um, but Beatrice, or, armor more. Um, well, Harold was, very small, very small. Squeak's like holding up, like, not like to show, not like to show the size of Harold, but just like very small. It's approximately the size that baby Harold was, but yeah.
Just well, just looking and then like squinting a bit because like before it was like, oh, did he just have less mass? And now it's like, wait, hold up.
Yeah.
It's very slow. She has a -1 to int, but also
Mhm.
hold up.
Lester, wasn't, with, us then, but he was here. Um, just, not, with, everyone, else. Sort of. Um, he, his, well, um, he was, for a little bit, at the beginning, but, his, d- d- dad, I think, the, didn't, like me very much. Um, so they left.
Mm. Mm. Okay, 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 okay. I don't want to put anything specific, but there's like basically Black Fairy is still alive. It's still like in her head.
Mhm.
She has guesses about this noodle. She's betting with herself
Mhm.
while she also understands like, ooh, interesting, cool.
Like inside of her, like you get like a zoom into her head, and it's like the dogs playing poker, but all of the dogs are a different Rwanda.
Yeah. But in the background, distantly within the smoke, there is a conspiracy board.
Yeah. There's like bets.
Yeah.
There's a conspiracy board. There's like a teller. It's just like
Yes. Oh god. No. Yeah. Okay. Uh, more people.
mhm.
Yeah. More people. Um.
That that was during the war. So there were more people.
Yeah. Puts a thumb to like her lip and is like almost about to like bite it.
Mhm.
Um. Oh, this could be a fun one. We can do an insight check if you want.
Mhm.
Um. Whatever. I don't know what the DC would be, so
That's
I'll
fair.
probably
We'll
just
see what Squeak rolls.
I'll just use a passive deception.
How's an 18 do ya?
So cool. Yeah. You clear it. She was about to like as soon as you mentioned the topic of the war, she was about to ask a question, but was not sure if Squeak wanted to talk about that period of time. And you can tell that she cares about this Noodle
Aww.
maybe more than other people in this group. So the
Aww.
hesitance comes from, oh, I don't want to make you upset.
Mm, I think Squeak just kind of cocks their head at her.
One is drop it, two is go for it. Yeah, she drops it. She's like, yeah. It's fine. People come and go in different ways. Um so it was that, and then the war, and then him.
Him?
Um, does that thing? You know when tunes trace something with
Yeah,
the
yeah,
fingers and it
yeah.
makes a dotted line? Yeah, she just traces the oval shape in the air.
Larry.
Yeah, and then now that's the events.
Mm,
People, war, him, and then gestures.
mm. Squeak. They look like they don't completely agree with that, but they're not going to like say they're not going to like override what Rowanda is saying is right. Just because they think something else is thing, because they know they don't always know things is good.
No, she'll do the same thing and she'll tilt her head like, did I misinterpret that? You're here longer than me, so I'm following your lead.
Uh, um, well, so, and Squeak turns like back around in the lap. Um, um, kind of gathers like their first set of skitter sticks up under them, sort of like still in Rose's lap. It's like, well, there was the the war, and then the end of the war, and us moving a couple times. There was the walls, and then crates and boxes, and I not along with the shelves, but then here, and then Lester, and then Cass, and Nova, and I think right but for you Creeko, and but then the brewery, and the cold cold snap, and then Larry, and then you, I think.
Yeah, that was a lot more bits that I didn't keep track of. Thank you. The row passing of just like the conspiracy ball in her mind has gotten a lot more bits, and it's just like when oh god, how the fuck when
No, go ahead.
when you said walls, do you mean walls and then boxes?
Well, the I think sort of the to compound, or they called it, different people called it different things, but after the war, not nobody really wanted to stay there. It was big, and really emptier, and I you can roll insight on that, but Squeak is gonna keep going. It's like, so then we moved, but Bobbin and Captain and Beatrice, and I was with Peck a lot, but sometimes there too. But then it was the walls, and then um then the crates and the boxes, and then the shelves, and now here. That's an 11.
It's going up, ain't it?
It's going up. 6, 7, 11. Let's see. Let's see.
No, yeah, no.
Mm-hmm.
Ro is wrestling with some terminology.
Was that 11? 11's for the insight.
Yeah.
When Squeak said that that people didn't like it there, they didn't really sort of like bring in their own opinion on things with it. But with an 11, you can at least tell that Squeak also did not like it there. You don't know why exactly, but Squeak also did not like it there.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
No, you just hit it right on the head then.
Mm-hmm.
What did you not like about that place? If there was such a such a situation happened there, is it just y'all decided to up and leave?
The compound.
Yeah, yeah.
What did I not like, or why did we leave, or why did they leave?
I mean, a little bit of color made, a little bit of both reasons.
You barely managed to avoid confusing the noodle out of being helpful.
Skirt.
Well, it was safer, but Peck said it held to many memories for people, and it's kind of like why, but different, to why nobody lives in the old houses anymore.
Oh, sorry, that was me having a realization.
Yeah.
Anyway, again.
Squeak has not answered why they didn't like the place.
Okay. Is it a case of forgetting, or is it a case of no, I'm not saying.
Do you wanna prompt, or do you wanna roll to find out?
She would like to prompt, and I would like to attempt a persuasion, I guess, which is like, I mean, why you don't like a place is just as important as why other people don't like a place. Because, like you said, you're Squeak.
Mm, I I am Squeak. Um,
Like, attempt that persuasion check.
persu- do a persuasion, then also do an insight.
Okay, cool. So this is the persuasion.
Okay.
19. You son of a.
All right.
And
A
then this is the
21.
insight.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay, Ro. You don't know where you're going, but you're going somewhere. That's a 5 insight. With a
Nat
21 not one insight with a 21 persuasion to get Squeak to talk about this thing. Um. Mm, so I think Squeak goes. I am Squeak. I am Squeak. Um. And they sort of like look up at Ro. And they kind of look back down and like back in sort of the thinky position they were in. And kind of are like picking and like wringing ever so slightly at like the material of her pants. And it's just like, well, I didn't like it because it kept the mice out. Yeah, and that's good. It was good. But it also keeps stuff in. It could keep stuff in, and I didn't like being kept in that much.
When you say in, you mean like staying in a area like here, like the places that people live in close together, or do you mean like grass and dirt and outside, kind of outside?
No, not outside is bad. That's there's it's scary and dangerous. No, some um no some boxes are bad.
Hmm.
Some boxes are bad, and I didn't like that. It was scary.
Nothing. Um,
But
Cuts it inside of Rowanda's
yeah.
brain, and it's just like the fax machine that's receiving all of this information is flying everywhere, and all the little Rowandas are trying to catch the papers.
And pace and play and mend their bets.
Yeah, the bets is stopped. Get the polls in. Make sure it's organized. What's going
Yeah.
on?
Then Squeak's like, Peck is, Peck, was good. Peck was good. I will let you roll another insight if you would like to try. I don't know that you can get worse than a nat one.
Yeah, it's only up from here, but also I would love to reach up. Fingers to the night. I'm grinning.
Oh boy, that's a nat 20. Oh man. Oh boy, nat 20. Where to start? Where do you want to start? Or should I just try and figure out where to start?
I think you might have to find a starting point.
Cool.
Just. Ooh.
Hey, Rowanda. You get the
Is her bet correct?
you get the feeling this noodle was held against her. You get not the feeling. You're basically certain that for some unknown period of time, at some unknown period of time, this noodle was held against their will in said compound. And they didn't like the place very much. They weren't really generally not because they were attached to like anyone inside, and like the people's absence or the reminder of what had transpired caused them distress. Squeak just like genuinely did not like the place, 'cause a lot of the times when they were in there, it was a very stressful experience. And when they say Peck was good, that there's you've had experience with how Squeak uses good to like quantify things and like describe things, and it's a very meaningful sort of admonition from Squeak, and that's got layers. It's got layers. It's got a lot of layers. But specifically in contrasted, juxtaposed with the boxes that were bad and not being able to leave, and being scared all the time. Peck was good. Squeak also, you've noticed, unless I've tripped up. I know I've caught myself a couple of times, but when Squeak is describing like the movements of the other tinies that you know of, or that you can surmise that Squeak is referring to, Squeak has not included themselves in that until later. So, is them moving out, or they left, or they went somewhere else until, we moved.
Gucci.
It's also uncomfortable for Squeak to talk about.
Oh.
But they're not stopping.
Oh. Squeak is just kind of just lying or almost, well, not lying, but still in the sort of that position,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Kind of like a little scrunched.
Mm-hmm.
And they're not like avoiding eye contact, but they are kind of like looking down at Rowanda's lap as they kind of scrunch at the fabric of her pants.
Mm-hmm. Oh, oh, just yeah. I think she would make a very snot. It's not like confident. It's very hesitant, but she will try and make some sort of movement to like touch, hold, grab, just like be like present and hold like one of Squeak's gear sticks, like
Mm-hmm.
in a way to be like, it's okay, you can like stop now, buddy.
Um, I'm kind of imagining because Squeak's got their skitter sticks like kind of tucked up under them.
Mm.
Um, I'm imagining like kind of like a gentle sort of like hesitant like back of head slash back slash neck slash there's no anatomy to this noodle really. Back of
Long.
noodle like pat.
Yeah, yeah.
um, I'm gonna see if Squeak. Okay, I think Squeak. But like as soon as you touch like Squeak, they look up to face you.
Mm.
Um, and I think they do with a 12 insight. They do sort of get that like okay, you're not gonna press them to talk about that anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Really. Uh, so uh, they kind of like they kind of like press up into your hand a little bit for like scritches. And you
Oh
notice,
God.
you notice like when they look at you, um, their eyes are a little hazier than normal, and they seem a little ruffled. But
Hey,
otherwise they're Squeak. They're Squeak.
no, it's Squeak. Uh, yeah, she is not this type of person usually. Like she allows the squeakovers and such, but she will smooth down the ruffles. Cause ooh, baby,
Mm-hmm.
that's rough, buddy.
Squeak's like eyes closed as she smooths down the ruffles. Just like that little pet blink.
He, uh, yeah, I don't know. She doesn't want to pick anything else back up.
Mm-hmm.
She's gonna let Noodle
Mm-hmm.
let Noodle's secret lay still, I guess. Oh God, it's just like her head, like oh God.
The more you know.
Uh,
Squeak got handed the Rwanda got handed like a whole essay and only got the ability to read it at the very end.
huh. I don't think she's even passing the essay properly still, but she has the papers. It's like, well, we gotta now think about this too.
It's like, oh no, there's more.
There's more.
Oh no, there's more. Those are implications.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I will point out if Rwanda still wants to levy the still willing to chatter. Squeak's always down to talk to people, especially people they like. But in between like the end of the war, their moves, roughly dating when other children showed up. Um,
Mm.
and, you know, her and then Larry and then her, there was another event that she might have heard about. But yeah, the cold snap.
Yeah, I it she was trying to place it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think she's, and again, she'll love a date. She would really love a
She
date.
went off a date. You're gonna have to go to someone else for a date, Chief.
Yeah.
Sorry, boss.
Um, she doesn't. It's also no. Yeah, I guess this is like in fiction, like when just trying to sort out thoughts. She would also be thinking about okay, and then the colds.
Mm-hmm.
And she was around when shit got cold.
Mm-hmm.
um, so but she also doesn't know what to ask about. Like, yeah, it got cold. It was bad.
Was she like because the cold was kind of like a localized like phenomena.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, if she she recalls like that period a couple of years ago when like it was unseasonably and unreasonably cold all of a sudden. Um, so she could probably surmise that this might be referring to a similar, if not the same event, time
Mm-hmm.
wise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess that would be that would come out in their sort of general chatter if Squeak is like talking in this moment.
Mm-hmm.
That yeah, she'll just mention like there was something similar. I think I know that period. She don't talk. She just she kind of skips over it afterwards.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It was bad. Um. We. Um. Yeah. It was bad.
Hmm. And she sort of rubs under her sort of goggles again, itchy
Mm-hmm.
eye.
Itchy eye. Squeak. Like you get this. You get the sense. Like so. Squeak like will still talk. They just prompt them.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wait, give me a second.
I can imagine ways it was bad for Rowanda.
Oh, it was. Oh, I mean, if you want to roll an insight, the itchy eye.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
It's a 12.
So 12.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's itchy eye, but it kind of lingers around the middle of the face again and then slides back down the goggles.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and
Squeak
it's like,
pulls up
yeah.
a skitter stick and just kind of like gently like presses the bridge of the goggles like back onto her face a little bit more securely.
Okay. She
Just like
does a little hesitance, but like, oh, that's what you're doing. Okay. Um, no, colds was bad. Um,
Yeah. Um, we lost Abby and um Peck was really sick and nothing nobody was ready and Lester felt really bad and um but Bobbin wouldn't stop up searching. And I stayed with Peck and um, Beatrice and Harold tried to take care of everyone else, but um, every you know captain was so sleepy, and me and Esther and Cass and um kind of Nova too, and yeah, it was b- bad.
Hmm.
But then Larry came, and it was all got better. He brought back the warmth.
Just from a very somber, almost like glassy-ish stare to just like, ooh, just like tight lips, just like 40-yard stare. It's like, I have to say, like, nothing. They're saying nothing and making sure you shut your fucking mouth.
um yeah, Larry came, and the warmth came back, and um uh Abby saw him do it, and um
You know what?
Peck
Fuck. No,
Peck
continue.
not a word. And Peck got better, and and um they heard what Abby said, and one of their things was yeah, it Larry um uh so checking on Abby saw him bring the warmth back.
Yeah, it was yeah, Abby saw him bring the walk back. Just that sentence, it struck me, and I
Mm-hmm.
was like, that probably struck Ro too.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna front that. So she would have to actively catch herself instead of passively catch herself.
Uh huh.
It's 19 is fine.
um. And yeah. Peck thought um Peck knew he was important, and then Abby, when we found her, told us why, and then he came to live here too, and it didn't get cold again, except
Right.
for the usual times.
Mm. How that it's that is those events, I guess. Yeah. Uh.
Mhm. And then I started Lester and me and well
got more better with her dice, and Lester ch- uh trained and is like uh Beatrice says she thinks he's a paladin like her, and my magic got better too, like captain, and Harold started training more, and he got good too, and Nova and Cass and everyone.
I love you so much. She's just, she's just, she's just smiling and sitting here and just like, yeah.
Um, I don't know, what, um, I did magic, sometimes, before, um, but, I can do it more, now, and, I don't really, know, how, um, but can. It um it must be Larry, right?
I think this has to be another deception. Like, oh God, yeah, go +5.
+5, go.
Just yeah, just placid, gentle smile.
Of course, sweetheart.
Of course, darling. This beautiful baby Noodle. My bestest friend, very wise, very intelligent.
Mm-hmm. They've
I
connected the
don't.
dots.
I can't say it. I listen. You know what? Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
she's doing the thing that I'm doing, which is like my hands are fucking interlocked, like in a like grasp prayer, but it's like a fucking grip. Like, yeah. God. Oh, well, magic is a boon, so I'm glad that you feel confident in it now, along with everybody else.
Uh, um, sort of. Um, I get a weird feeling in my uh me when I use it sometimes. Um, so um like other things. So I kind of d- don't, unless I need to.
Mm. Mm. Yeah, she's like nods, but there's this kind of thing of like she's trying to understand the feeling.
Mm-hmm.
She only has one point of reference. Everything else is kind of not that feeling of when you need it
Mm-hmm.
bubbling up.
You can ask.
Okay, how would she ask though? Because well, you said your magic was like captains, right?
Yeah. Um. Di- little different, but Captain and Beatrice and Bob and Peck think I am a cleric, so
Hmm.
like Captain.
Okay. You usually that isn't from my understanding. That isn't really a that sort of feeling of when you need to use it. She is trying to see where this line of thought goes because again, just say out how her magic works.
Mm-hmm.
She's as clueless as you are, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, um, it's not that I need to use it. Sometimes just feels b- bad or like um like like when I um wear wear clothes sometimes. It's like that.
Mm, okay. Rwanda did not put a crisis of faith into this noodle. Like she would really love to investigate, that source,
Mm-hmm.
but also,
I will keep in
oh,
mind, Squeak has, for Crisis of Faith time, fun thing, Squeak has said they they still did magic
mm-hmm.
before.
Before the
Yeah.
before
Yeah.
it's okay. Here's the angle we can go. Yeah, it's just like it has the entire concept of
Yeah.
what this magical thing. Um. Oh. She doesn't. Because her line of thinking is like, okay, I want to ask, what did your magic feel like that sometimes in before? But she
Mm-hmm.
doesn't want to talk about the before. She doesn't want to before anymore for the noodle.
If she's like doing like the half aborted noises and like the wiggling and stuff like that, I think Squeak kind of like leans back and looks up. It doesn't turn their head, so they just kind
Mm-hmm.
of lean back and like plop the back of their head against Rhonda's like chest, and they're looking up at her like that way.
Has has your magic felt like this for a while, or has it felt different? Did it change?
Mm, no, I think it's always been like this. Um, I not as much but before, but I always felt b- bad, weird, like even just a little, but like I was um like I was forgetting something, um but um di- different.
Hmm.
I forget things a lot.
Just tilt of the head.
Hmm?
And just like closing the eyes and like taking a breath, like, yeah. Whew.
I remember things sometimes though.
That's good though.
Mm-hmm. And nobody doesn't get mad when I forget things. So um that's nice. So it's okay, right?
Yes. Okay. I'm not gonna lie. It's helpful to sometimes remember. It's sometimes helpful to remember things. But it's okay.
Oh, okay. Good, good.
Squeak just kind of like settles a bit more fully into your lap.
Yeah. Oh, oh, just Ro like looking up like I don't want to get into any more divine business. This I don't want to get into divine business. She barely understands just like arcana magic, man. Case in point, gestures to the sun.
I think it's still like there's still just like little like uh like the little mist fountains.
Yeah.
Like a little humidifier, just a little poof, 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 just like a small bit, still kind of
Uh-huh.
puffing up.
It's basically almost chilled out.
Mhm.
Whatever happened down there.
Wrong cotton candy. Cotton candy.
Oh boy. Um, and magic, and then more people came.
Mm-hmm. You like you came.
Yeah, yeah, I did.
Squeak's eyes crinkle into a little smile.
they're really happy you came. They like you.
She has a little squished up, just yeah. It definitely reads as genuine. Uh, yeah, you can give an insight check if you want. It's because it's a very interesting smile, I guess.
Mm-hmm. How's a 14 do
14.
us?
Uh, no, yeah. It's a mix of happy and a little bit sad. It's bittersweet
Mm-hmm.
is the big word is, but happy, sad. And she's still smiling. Or as I like to call it, pain tear.
Yeah. Yeah. I think Squeak cocks their head a little bit.
Mm.
And I'm trying to figure out what words, like if, how, or if they would words. It's like, hmm. Squeak's got a question, but it's also a very question. So, because I think they're just now realizing that like Squeak that Rowanda didn't just straight up spawn.
Yeah,
Because that's how like
she's
most
not just,
yeah, she didn't just show, she didn't just like pop into existence one day. Because like that's how like at least that's how at least a handful of the kids have seemed to have just like shown up.
One day a baby appeared.
But Squeak's realizing like, no, this is a person. um. So yeah, Squeak's head kind of cocks and their expression kind of shifts, and they're like, how 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 did you get here?
I mean, the kid just walked in.
It's really dangerous outside.
I know. That's why. Um, that's why I looked for a place to stay. You know.
Mm-hmm. Um, I'm um I'm glad you made it safe.
Me too, buddy. Yeah. Mm.
There's lots of things out side. Um I don't know how I know that but I know.
Well, like you said, you sometimes remember things, right? Also,
Um
somebody else could have told you what it's like outside. There's a few people who stick it out outside.
um cat mm, Captain or Beatrice maybe. But they don't really talk about it.
That makes sense. That makes sense. Oh, yeah. I have more insight for that, but Ro has that realization of, oh, right, Beatrice was probably didn't also spawn here. Like, she was like wondering, like, did you just spawn here a really long time ago? Or you just somewhere else?
Squeak does not mention Peck or Bobbin among that number, though.
Yeah. It's
No,
relative.
I knew a long time ago, even when I wasn't me. So no, I think that's something I know.
You went by. You, but not were outside.
Hmm?
Trying to think through wording. Just like,
Mm-hmm.
Uh, it's fine. There's not much outside anyway, except for lots and lots of loud things.
Like the Earth Shaker or Eyeless one.
Yeah. Just can never get over those names. Never get over those names. Just feeling like, yeah, you know what? It's not uncommon, but also um and loud machines and lots of boxes.
Good boxes or bad boxes.
Good and bad.
I think I still do not want to go out, even if there's some good boxes.
I respect your choice of boxes.
Peck says, I have, I choose good boxes.
Now, if you're going to live in it, I hope you choose good boxes, and it seems
Mm-hmm.
nice. Uh,
Squeak looks like they're getting a little sleepy again. Eh.
my notes were what cost?
At what cost?
Okay. Uh,
They're
I
still
think
awake, but they're definitely a little talked out. They will still talk,
yeah.
but they're a little talked out.
She was going to go on a sort of rambly path that sees the tiredness, and for more reason than another, just kind of chilled out a bit. And just goes, well, despite the scariness of the outside, it can be pretty sometimes.
Pretty how?
Uh, the stars. You remember the stars?
The stars. Dun, 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 dun.
Da, 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 da.
That's 12. Um, it takes Squeak a long time, and you have a feeling like they're getting a little lost in their head, but yeah. I remember stars.
I never could read them like other people could. I just thought they were pretty.
I don't I don't think you have to know about everything in order to like it.
That is true.
Uh they were hard sometimes hard mm, mm, yeah.
You give another pat to the noodle.
Yeah, it's a 3 on that other history check, so
Yeah.
nothing
Old
more
brain
about
beats this one.
stars.
Nah, I think even Ron's gonna be tired. she had to do too much brain memory thinky stuff, and Rain's like, alright,
Yeah.
we're shutting this boy down.
Yeah. Same with Squeak, honestly. They're kind of like settling more, like melting more and more into Rwanda's lap. And it's just like, but, the stars were, pretty. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're probably asleep.
Now gone.
They're gone.
Oh. Can't wait to go through this again. With a fine fucking comb. Your Honor, they are just small.
They're just
And I have no
small.
money.
And they have no
So you can-
money.
Understand the stress at the under.
Is Rwanda gonna succumb to the Noodle nappage, or is she gonna try and sneak out and go back to her crystal's basement? And
I think she will succumb to the nappage.
the nappage. It's another Squeak over. Well, that does it for us.
Oh boy, oh boy. Oh, just a river of information. Just
You know, they're just a noodle. They don't really know that many things. Except when they do sometimes.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think if we're good to wrap up, well,
Because,
there
yeah.
is still a recording happening.
There is the reels are still running.
The reels are still running as you get this. I was gonna say peek behind the curtain, but that implies that the curtain was ever closed. That we ever.
I play open stage, baby. I can't do that straight character stuff.
Yeah, so thank you all for listening. I hope you had a good one. And if you somehow got here and got through this without knowing what the Larry cult is, there's your history primer, I guess. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
You might not have learned much, but you know, you might have also learned enough. Yeah, no, there's not much to learn. Nothing was said, at all. So, thank you all, very much for listening. Lizz, do you have any final quips, wisdom to impart? Fantastic, witty one-liners.
Oh, I wish I did, but it's all run dry.
Cool. So with that, I will say, thank you for listening. And James Baxter, if you're out there,
Oh,
I hope you enjoyed yourself.
You're a real neat guy. Alright.
I hope you have a good rest of your day. Goodbye.
Bye.